I'm all right. Everything is going good.
Yes, definitely. So once again, I like to say I'm here with Mr. Shawn Reid from Capital Relief Financial, and I'm glad things are going well for you, my brother. It's great to see you, or great to hear you.
Always, always. It's always a pleasure, Will.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, okay, so tell me, when did you actually start Capital Relief Financial?
Okay, great question. Started Capital Relief Financial LLC October 2019.
Wow. Okay, got you. And what made you go into merchant cash advances?
I actually went into more than just merchant cash advances. I literally, first of all, I always had a business mindset, and one of the best things always, if you're trying to accumulate wealth, is to always go into business for yourself. You're literally, and that was trained to me ever since I was young. So you're literally talking to a Amway baby.
Wow, you said
But
Amway?
yeah, there you go. Exactly, exactly. The pre-wash, your SAA, your LOC. I was 9 years old, helping my parents with that. So they instilled that business mindset in me.
Exactly, exactly. And that's a good
And
thing to put into a child's mind, definitely.
oh yes, definitely. So when I first came in, really doing merchant cash advance, one of the main reason why I wanted to do capital relief financial wasn't just to make money off of merchant cash advance at the best time. It was really just I was very interested in knowing how other people get funds for investments because that information, those resources or access to that information wasn't around when I was younger. So I just wanted to spread that around. And so, we do merchant cash advance, equipment finance, of course, credit repair, business loans as well, and of course, real estate funding as well. And yeah, we do a whole lot. So yeah,
Wow,
we just came in the game with all that.
that's powerful. That's powerful. And as always, it's good to see a young brother doing this thing, being a CEO, coming fresh out of Brooklyn at that. You know, I'm from the Bronx, right?
Good man. Listen. I got a lot of friends up in Bronx River, 170 Jerome Avenue. I've been around. I've been around.
I can see. That's good. So let me ask you this question because it's a good thing you bring that up. Because you say
Mhm.
you do real estate funding, and of
Yes,
course we
sir.
are a real estate show. And the reason why I started a real estate stock show, because when people think of real estate, right?
Mm.
Normally they think of the houses, right? They think of the
Oh, go
buildings.
ahead.
Okay, we're
Go
gonna we're
ahead.
gonna drop jewels right here. So people think of
Go ahead.
houses, people think of buildings, people think of renting, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now you got real estate funding because when I did merchant cash advances, I would say probably early 2000s or so, they wasn't really doing real estate funding like that because they was leaving that to the banks, right? Before merchant cash
Exactly.
advances got popular. So see, I do know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about. And and then and then I looked at it and I said, you know what people do not talk about? People do not talk about real estate stocks. And believe it or not, the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I say that, because one day Capital Relief Financial may decide to go to the stock market to help
Mm-hmm.
build and fund their company even more. So stocks and REITs play a big part of real estate more than people know. And I'm glad you
Oh yeah.
mentioned that, the real estate funding, because let me ask you this. Who do you provide the funding to so that way the fan base will know?
Oh, we provide to anyone and everyone who actually meet the requirements to get the funds. You like here's the thing. You mentioned it earlier. Before real estate funding was actually available to businesses like myself to hand out to the public, the banks were in tremendous control of that. They were the monopoly. So the requirements for them were also high for you to meet. And then even worse is the application process alone will be months. And so our services, of course, is quicker than that, and we actually provide full consultation, which is free and no credit full as well, just to let our customers know exactly what they're able to get.
Wow. Yes, because that's very important. I'm glad you brought that up. I'm definitely
Mm-hmm.
glad you brought that up because we are dealing with different times now, right? And the one thing
Mm-hmm.
I did like about what a lot of people say branding and titling is very important, and your actual
Mm-hmm.
company name is Capital Relief. so you're so
Mm-hmm.
you're providing the relief of getting funded, right?
Exactly. Listen, our motto legit is don't worry about it. We got it.
Gotcha.
We got it. We got it.
Exactly. So, do you have a certain base of clients? Because I remember with merchant cash advances, right? What they would normally
Mm-hmm.
do is they'll have you pick a certain criteria of a business that they wanted you to focus on. So maybe you
Exactly.
focused on the developers, or during the time that I was doing it, they would have you call all the small businesses, right? Just getting
Mm-hmm.
started. And then, once you get the small businesses going, then you'll possibly be able to handle the bigger deals, you know? So you get all the small guys probably needing to borrow 20 grand. Maybe you could borrow like 5 grand and you're still happy you got a deal. That's when you're new at it. So, I mean, do
Exactly.
you have a certain particular people that you deal with? Is it developers? Is it home buyers? Is it brokerages? I mean, at what level do you do this at?
Sure, no problem. We do it to the highest level. So I can honestly say last month we did 15 million for a commercial investment. That's for real estate funding. For merchant cash advance, you're absolutely right. When you're in the beginning, like you start off small businesses. Usually people that have like maybe 25 to 50K annual income, and because usually they want to borrow around 30 to 40,000, somewhere around there. But now we can literally go into the millions of funding companies from merchant cash advance, equipment finance, and definitely real estate funding, as well as business term loans. Oh, and line of credit.
Wow, that's powerful. I might have to become an ISO under you. That's powerful.
We definitely have partnership programs.
Oh, you do? Okay. See, that's great. That's great. And what's the name of your website so the viewers will know?
CapitalReliefFinancial.com.
Got you. Got you. And like I said, that's a good thing to do. Especially, a lot of people don't realize the importance, and I'm gonna say a lot of people don't realize the importance of funding in regards to the real estate business, which is probably 80% of the business. There's
Mm-hmm.
very few buyers of cash, right? So all the wholesalers make it sound easy on YouTube. Just find a cash buyer, man. It's so simple. Or your man Grant Cardone, just go find a cash
Mm-hmm.
buyer, man. You could get it like hotcakes, and it's really not that simple. So the reason why I say that is more people probably tend to go your route than the
Mm-hmm.
actual route. Now, with that being
Mm-hmm.
said, I mean, for you, is this private funding? Or how does that work? Like, what type of criteria? I mean, you got to have excellent credit just to get it going.
No, so it really depends on the actual client, right? Because especially when you're doing real estate funding, there's a lot of things that lenders look at. To answer your first question, in terms of our funding sources, whether it's private funding or not, we actually have lenders within our database that we actually do business with. So the way it really works is, a client can talk to a consultant here at Capital Relief Financial. We gather all the necessary data, and what we do, of course, as you probably already know, is we have a underwriting process. We have an underwriters, right, and they take a look at what's on the application, what are they able to do, and of course, if we have to ask any more questions to the client, we will do so. But once that's done, we match that application, that client's information, with the right lender within our database. And the reason why we work with the lenders first within our database is because we got a great relationship with them, and we're able to negotiate for our clients to get the best deal possible. And so, the things that we look for within the clients are, of course, it could be credit score, it could be the equity that they have, or the actual cash reserve, right? And our consultants and underwriters make sure to look for loopholes for our clients to obtain the necessary funds that they need for their real estate investment.
Yep. Yeah. Now, when you say investment, are you getting more investors than actual? I need a home right now. Well, let me straighten this out too, because I'm pretty sure this will be good for the listeners. Most of the time, the merchant cash advances, this is mostly for businesses though, right? It's not for your let's say single family homeowner, is it?
No. So the merchant cash advance is for businesses.
Okay.
Exactly. The real estate funding that we have, so those are two different services.
Oh wow.
So the merchant cash advance. Yeah, so the merchant cash advance, of course, that's for businesses. You are 110% right.
Yeah.
You got that, Will. But we also have the real estate funding as a service as well.
Wow. Okay, so that is powerful. So you could be a regular person just trying to buy a home, or right now it's probably, let me ask you this question though, because everybody's telling me real estate is booming, and I'm like, it can't be possible. And especially you in New York City, how is COVID affecting, your side of the business?
So COVID, just like any other company right there, first starting out, it was a heavy hit, right? Because there was a lot of lenders out there that closed their funding programs. Wow. And literally, not even worse than that, they actually took the funding away from clients that needed it at that particular time. The good thing is that didn't happen to us. So me and my company and I, we really moved fast and gathered the necessary feedback from clients or people that are out there on what they're dealing with lenders and how everything's shutting down and the interest rates that they're going through. This is on the real estate side, and I'll definitely hit you with the business right after. So we provided that information to our lenders to strike up the best deal to be competitive in today's market, and that's when we continue to fund during the pandemic when it was heightened for businesses. Oh my God! So at first it hurt us, right? Because the government was giving out funds and having funding programs to businesses out there. As you recall, they were doing the PPP program, and then they were saying, majority of the funds is forgivable. But if you read the fine print, you would know the fact that it is not forgivable.
It's not forgivable.
And so,
wow.
No, it is
powerful.
Not. You know what? And it happens. And it happens. When people are moving fast on something and they need it, they're going to sign off it, and especially if it's backed by the government. So I definitely understand everything. But when they change on you and now you owe even more in debt, that's when they come to us, and we provide a very good interest rates and so forth, a deal for them. So therefore, they can still enjoy their profits, even though for a fact that, there's a lot of businesses out there that are even going in the hole even more because of these PPP programs and so forth. Okay.
So all of these programs, you just squeeze right in at the right time, practically, huh?
Practically. Well, here's the thing though. I had to get on my grind, because I'm first coming in. I'm the new guy. I really don't know anybody. I'm coming from an IT background, and so the first thing I had to do was establish my relationship with lenders for them to trust me and to give them the necessary feedback that our clients are looking for. So therefore, it's a great deal between the lender and the client. The lender will definitely get their money back with a little bit of interest, and the client can still enjoy their profits.
Exactly.
And that's what what it's really all about, Will. I mean, you of course you definitely been in the market for so long. You've seen it. It's very hard to really get good business nowadays. Everyone's trying to get something. But if you do good business, if you do good business, it'll all come to you.
Well, the funny part about it was when I was doing it, you used to laugh when people say no to money. Like, are you really saying, like, most people won't realize that some people still say no to money. I mean, so I understand what you're saying, because it all depends on, especially because, I mean, nowadays when it comes to merchant cash advances, or not just merchant cash advances, let me stop saying that, because you have actually 6 branches. Let me name them, because I mean I peeped everything out. So it's merchant cash advances, it's equipment leasing, okay, it's credit repair, credit card processing, small business administration loans, which is a powerful thing to get into, and startup line of credit in terms of like term loans. So I mean, with that being said, you're definitely the go-to guy for this type of thing. But the main issue is, like, most people never know where to start. So where I started was from the phones. So I would call you up and say, "Hey, Shawn, how you doing? Today's a great day, isn't it?" And you go, "Yeah, it's a great day." Okay, great. So I see you. So I see you, because you always got to make sure they're in a good mood, right, before you do your pitch.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you turn around and you be like, "Okay, well, look, how's your business going?" Right. So you want to know if somebody's in a rut or not. Okay, because pretty much if everything is fancy, most of the time they're gonna hang up on you. What do you need, Shawn? What do you want? I don't need your services right now. What are you trying to sell me? I'm not trying to sell you anything. So, make a long story short, then I mean, now I was doing that by phone, so that's the old hang up on you in a heartbeat. I mean, and nowadays the purpose of what I was saying is, nowadays people just go online, and you can go to like 4 or 5 or 6 of them online, and just put in an application. So with that being said, I mean, how not trying to give out your secrets or anything, but how are you, like, targeting your market, or how are you gaining your clients through your associates, or through yourself?
I think the best thing, it started out, was word of mouth. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Powerful.
And yeah, it really did, because in the beginning, even in October and November, our customer service was up to par. Meaning, we didn't just focus on getting the client's application and getting them money. We took time to educate them, on what's going out there. We provided proper consultation.
Yep.
And because you'll be surprised, there's so many businesses out there, small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and even large businesses, that don't understand the fact that, believe it or not, your large corporations, this is what they do to stay afloat. Nobody uses their own money.
Yep.
So the fact that we're providing that service to you, let me educate you on what's going on, and they love that. So therefore, we were getting referrals like crazy. Then, of course, the money coming in allowed us to have a market campaign. And once we started putting stuff on social media, boy, we hit the ground running.
That's powerful. Definitely. That's powerful. See, I'm glad to hear that. So that way, I mean, people know in regards to going to a bank, in a sense, what I'm trying to say. And most people are not really aware. I mean, the broader scale. When they start these companies, are not aware of what these type of lending programs, I should say, are available to them. And, because right now, you could watch CNBC, you could watch the news. They spent more time talking about how companies were going to fail, okay? And then you had guys like Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank saying, if you can't run a business, it should fail. And I'm like, come on, man. Basically, what you're doing is, now you're doing a almost like a social class structure. because most people who left a job, right, is trying to start a business really not to make it big. That's wild with what I'm saying. They're not starting a business to make it big. Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead, Will.
They're not starting businesses to become Microsoft, to become Facebook. I know a lot of people that tell me on a daily basis, yo, if I could just feed my family and pay my bills and work for myself, I'm fine. Okay? So the reason why I say that is because a lot of times you get, let's say, you get capped, right? At a certain amount your business got to be making. Okay? I know the role. You need 4 months of bank statements. Oh, my Lord, why I had to ask a brother and sister for 3 months of bank statements? And you laughing because you know it's true. Cause hold on. Because you asked that question, right? Hoping you get the right. We ain't even going to talk about the credit question. Because sometimes we could work around that. But we just talking about the basics, you know. I mean, it's so funny because, you know, a lot of people say, well, I've done a lot of things in my lifetime, but that's where my knowledge come in at because I was willing to try different things. So I sold cars. I did merchant cash advances. I understand credit totally. You know, I'm in real estate. So with that being said, I understand the credit. And then sometimes you are cautious when you ask people what they have. Do you have your bank statements ready? Oh, well, I do a business. I make $5,000 a month. Okay, let me read your bank statement. I read your bank statement. It don't say $5,000 a month. Oh, well, you know, that's between me and my grandma bank statement. And okay, but that's not what we said. And then, you know, you have these stipulations. So the reason why I say that without going off into a tangent is because, like, I do this personally to actually to try to help America. Okay? Exactly. Because a lot of people are not really trying to help America. You from Brooklyn. So I'm pretty sure you can understand what I'm saying. There's a lot of and you're the one that brought up the small businesses. I really wasn't thinking about it. Because while I'm dealing with stocks, half of these dudes I'm talking to are multimillionaires. But the small business, yes, they do need the help. They do need the funding. Shawn, how could these people reach out to you and get the help and the funding that they need? And they know they listening, and they know they listening right now, and they need the help. And they need somebody, let me say this, they need somebody that they can relate to. Not somebody that's gonna, that's basically going to treat them like they are lower class. Because to be honest with you, there's a lot of people out there, and I'm not just talking black people, so don't even get me wrong. I'm not even just talking black people. I'm talking about anybody in general. Because the reason
anybody and everybody.
Yep, exactly. And you'll understand my point. The reason why I've made decent amount of money, because I saw no color but money. But there the color green. So if you was white, black, Chinese, whatever, even I used to get people to say, "Why are you helping this guy?" Why? Because, like you said, I'd rather start off from the angle of being a consultant than sit there and ask you 5 to 6 questions. Because at a point, Shawn, you can agree when you get that good, you could ask 6 questions and know if somebody can qualify.
Oh yeah.
Right off the rip.
Oh yeah.
Do you have this?
Oh yeah.
Do you have that? Do you have this? Do you have that? You don't have this? Okay, sorry, I can't help you. Bye. That's how they treat you. But realistically, Shawn, how can people get in touch with you? So I mean, they could get to somebody that can relate to them, that can help them, and could really give them the good consultation and make power moves.
Absolutely. They can go to the website, capitalrelieffinancial.com. There is a contact form. They can reach us that way. My LinkedIn page, the business LinkedIn page on capitalrelieffinancial.com, as well as the business Facebook page, capitalrelieffinancial.com. And I think we have the Instagram, and that's really more for the kids. I really don't too much about that. I think it's like Cap Refinance. I'm not too sure about that, but
no, I can understand.
but yeah, because we're definitely it is easy for people to reach out to us.
Got you. And like I said before, you have 6 branches. So it's not just merchant cash advances, right?
No.
With equipment leasing. I mean, that's another big thing, you know? Your business may need
Mm-hmm.
a printer. You might want to
Mm-hmm.
start your own stock business, right? Now, let me ask you this question though, because I do
Shoot.
know, before I make it sound too easy to get finance, right? I'm probably making it sound
Okay.
way too easy, right? Go to Shawn and he got you, like he said. Go to Shawn, I got you. Don't worry about it. You got a 40 credit score? I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, just to be real with the public, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
where do you have to be in your business to qualify for these programs? That's a great question, I believe.
That's a great question. I would say if your business, if first of all, if you had a business, well, we'll see. So I'm thinking of all the services.
Yep.
So here's the thing. Even if you're a startup business, right, and
There
you're
you go.
pre-revenue, meaning that you have not made any money off of your business yet,
There you go.
we can still help you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And the reason why I say this is because we can. I mean, because obviously you wouldn't be able to get merchant cash advance, equipment finance, or it would be very tough for you to get a business loan. But that doesn't mean you can start your business line of credit. And then we have to, in order to do that, we have to transition over from your personal line of credit to your business line of credit, and that would depend on your credit score. So I think no matter what level you are with your business, it's a possibility we can help. Either way, you're going to get A+ service from us.
Boom. You see, that's why I asked that question. That was a good question, right? And that just shows. Yeah, that just shows you that, when I say, "Yo, Shawn, come down. I got this car for you," and you go, "Yeah, but if I come down, but my cousin don't got no credit. Don't worry about it. I got him anyway." Because a lot of times people don't really know about I could say the first time, I don't want to say first time buyers program, because when you use those terms, you mislead people,
Yeah.
because everything is not a first time buyers program. But when it does come to, okay, so when I did the merchant cash advances, you had to be in business for at least 6 months.
Yes.
Don't come to me saying you started a business yesterday, now you need money. That don't work. So you had to be in business
Exactly.
for at least 6 months. Now, the other thing was that I've always found tricky when I started, maybe it changed as well, and I'm talking about for the whole overall loan process structure, you had to be making at least $5,000 a month, which to me was a catch-22, because I'm sitting there like, because one time, I mean, I was having a conversation with a lady. She was like, "Yeah, I'm so excited. I just started my business. If you guys can get me funded, I'll be great to go." Now, this is when I'm new now, and I'm like, I'm all excited. You laugh already. So I'm all excited because I'm like, okay, I got me a deal. It wasn't that easy. Because come to find out, there was always something there. And I mean, I went to my boss and I'm like, "Hey, boss, I got somebody. They're great for funding. I mean, they're established business. How much money they make?" "Oh, they only made about maybe $1,500 a month." "Nah, that won't work, man." I was like, "Oh, man." So, I mean, and
It's
I'm,
like that sometimes.
yeah, and I'm really, and the reason why I'm really trying to get you into the nitty gritty of it, because I feel like a lot of these people who do the interviews, they dance around the real important information to help people come up. And it's almost like they do it on purpose, but I don't want to do that here on InvestCurb Real Estate Stocks. And I don't know how much time you got, but, I definitely want the public to know that if you are a small business, what's the best way to approach Shawn Reid by the phone?
They can give us a call, 1-800-931-6773.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And if you guys need help out there, you already know you have somebody that you could relate to. He has 6 branches of funding choices that he could actually go through for you guys. And I mean, pretty much that's it. You on the beach on Sundays, right? That's it, right? That's it.
That's
No,
it.
but look, you gotta agree with me, Shawn. Let's take for example. I don't know. You trade stocks, somewhat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's take a company like Nikola. These people
Oh,
have
okay.
not sold one car.
No,
So where the
no.
funding is coming from? Where the finances? How do they get approved? They haven't sold anything. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So some people have the knowledge to do certain things, and unfortunately, growing up in Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, Staten Island, some people don't have that
Hmm.
knowledge. So this amazes me how you have a company who has not made a product, okay? Do the knowledge with
Hmm.
me, okay?
True.
Do the knowledge,
Go
has not made
ahead.
one product, is already on the stock exchange, okay?
Hmm.
Collecting millions of dollars. Mind you, they haven't started. Anybody that asks, yo, should I go on the stock exchange? Well, you ain't sell nothing. You ain't do nothing yet. That's what we
Hmm.
got to stop doing. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Because
Hmm.
here you have a brother that's funding people, getting people to move up to the top. If you need that type of relief, make sure you call them, because now is definitely a time of relief. And God forbid if we ever hit a second or third wave. Those are the things. But I want you to know you got somebody you could go to. I got Mr. Shawn Reid here. He is the
Yes, sir.
man, Capital Relief Financial LLC. Okay, and his number is 1-800-931-6773. And anything you want to add to the people, Shawn, before you go?
Listen, we're happy to help. Okay, no matter what your situation is, you're always going to get great service from us.
All right, excellent. That's Mr. Shawn Reid. Thank you very much, and we will get back to you soon, brother. All right, talk to you
Well, it's
soon.
always a pleasure, family.
Oh, of course, of course. We got to have you back on the show maybe in like 2 or 3 weeks so we can see how things are going for you.
Done.
All right, brother. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.